Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, WrathKing, and welcome back to another episode of Seven Nights Talk. Today, we'll be taking a look at the new Awakened Teo. He was announced not too long ago, and I can't wait to tell you guys my thoughts on him. But before we do, just remember to leave a like, comment, and please do subscribe to my channel for more, because I love to talk about Seven Nights stuff every week now, and I even plan on playing games that aren't Seven Nights sometime in the near future, so take a look out for those. But until then, my fellow gamers, please do enjoy the video. Oh boy, do I have a lot to say about this one. Oh man. First off, I'm excited about the Awakened Teo. He was announced not too long ago, and apparently a lot of people wanted him to be released, so a lot of you probably already know what I'm going to say about this, because a lot of you are aware of what Teo is actually doing to the Korean version of the game right now. Pretty much right after Teo was released on the Korean version, the entire meta has been repetitive and just a little bit boring, because everybody's been using the same kind of build over and over and over again. Everybody's using this AoE, CC, all that kind of stuff, and it's getting just a little irritating. Yonhee was released not too long ago, the Awakened Yonhee on the Korean version. If you guys watch my channel, that is no surprise. She has been awakened for quite some time on the Korean version. But I have not seen her in play very much at all. And she was just released, and she is actually a pretty good hero. The same goes for the Awakened Karma. All of the Awakened special heroes that have been released on the Korean version have barely seen any play. Barely at all. Because of Teo. He is so strong. He is so powerful. Everybody is using him. There is literally not one build in the higher positions in the arena anyway. Like, the farther you go, like, say from like, I'd say at least from Pearl all the way up from there, everybody is using freaking Teo builds. Everyone. And it's out of control. There is just so many teams to do with Teo, whether it's a crowd control team, whether it's a more of a direct damage team or something like that, or maybe even a win condition team with Teo. There are so many different Teo builds. With Teo, he's all over the place. Everybody's using him. I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the one that's keep running into these builds. But I see them everywhere. He has literally turned the Korean version of Seven Nights from Seven Nights into Teo. Like, that they should just change the name of the game to Teo at this point. Because the entire game, every last team has Teo on it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of build you have. You just need to have him on there because he's so freaking strong. He's so powerful. He's so strong. And there's just literally not much they can do about it. Because if you do anything to his awakening skill, it pretty much will just take away from his character, in my opinion. So a nerf is not the option, if you ask me. Just a simple balance. Something that balances out his strength. Something that makes him useful, but not to the point where it's overpowered. Because right now, he's just everywhere. Like, he's appeared so much to the point where he just completely kicked Delins out of the meta completely. I haven't seen one team with Delins. Not one. I am the only guy in the entire Seven Nights arena, at least from what I've seen anyway, that actually uses Delins on his team. Everyone else is using Teo now. And it's used to the other Dark Knights too. Everybody's using the other Dark Knights in there too. The only ones I haven't seen, I've mentioned before, is like Colt and not Sephiroth. Those are the only two characters I haven't seen that have been played in the, well, not Sephiroth. I see him every once in a while. But Colt, not at all. I don't see her at all. And I'm pretty sure that's probably what's going to happen here. Colt's a little bit different here on the global version of the game. She's a little different. But as this meta grows, she's probably just going to vanish, because there's going to be so much crowd control, so much debuff, so much piercing, so much pretty much everything that counters everything that she is. So there's no way she's going to be in the meta for much longer. I've seen a couple teams with her. They're not really all that good. I don't know why everybody's going all over the place with her and saying, oh, she's great, she's amazing. Every team I have fought with Colt on it really just sucks. Like, I've just blown her away with my my Lubu win condition team. So yeah, it's just no. But anyway, back on the subject, I think Teo, I hope not anyway, but a part of me is saying, yeah, he's probably just going to crush the entire meta the way he is on the Korean version of the game. Now, it's not just Teo. Don't get me wrong. Don't think this is just all Teo's fault, because there are other characters that have greatly affected the meta as well, but a lot of those characters I feel like might be giving something away. The reason I talked about the Awakened Yonhee and Awakened Karma is because everybody knows they're coming. I mean, everyone knows all those characters are coming, but some of these other characters that are affecting the meta, I don't really want to talk too much about because I'm afraid they might spoil a little something. But as for those characters, they are pretty powerful and they do help the meta a little bit. The characters I can't talk about. But I think the real problem here is a lot of the Dark Knights and Teo. And as much as I want to see the other Four Lords of Old, the other Awakened Four Lords of Old, I can't see them. I just don't see them as much. I mean, every once in a while I see, like I said, I might see Karma, I might see Yonhee, but it's rare when I do, because Teo and most of the Dark Knights have completely just crushed everything in the meta. I don't even see any of the Knights anymore. Like, none of the 7 Knights, I don't see them anymore. None of the Awakened Knights are just gone. I don't see any of them. Not even, I don't want to give that away. I can't give that one away because that'll give a lot away. I don't want to give that one away, but a lot of the Knights, you just don't see them anymore. At all. None of them. Like, none of the special characters at all. Other than most of the Dark Knights and Teo, as I said before. So I just don't want to see the meta go in that direction. I just don't want to see it. It can't happen like this. I don't want to see the arena get boring, because as soon as he got into the arena, it just got boring and repetitive because everyone was using the same freaking build over and over and over again. But you know what? I think I've said enough about Teo. I think you guys get my point. I can't wait to review him when he is released, but I just don't want him to crush the meta right now because the global version has been fantastic in the arena. I mean, it's great. It's just fair. You can build pretty much anything and it'll work out. And I love that. You can actually just use your imagination. Use what you think is going to be powerful and it will work. So, that's what I like about this, the global version. And I don't want to see it completely just ruined by one hero, because that's what happened in the Korean version. You used to be able to create your own unique team, and it would work. But after Teo and some of the other Dark Knights were released, everything was just based around them. And if you built anything different, you would just get demolished. So hopefully that's not going to be the case. Hopefully he is just going to be a good hero that you can put in your team, or you don't have to put in your team. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, my fellow gamers, that's what I think about Teo right now. But on other news, I wanted to talk a little more about where Seven Knights is right now, and why I think a Teo completely just ruining the fun of the entire experience in the arena wouldn't be a very good thing. Well, this is a star grade game. When a star grade game is released at all, it doesn't really do that good. Like, I've seen a lot of games like this released recently, a lot of them. And all of them suck. Like, there are some good ones. The ones released by Netmarble are pretty good, but they're kind of just the same thing over and over again. You find your rare character, you level them up, you give them items, you max them out to a 6-star, then you awaken them, so on and so forth, and that's just kind of what the entire thing is in these kinds of games. What makes Seven Knights unique is, well, it's Seven Knights. Everything about the characters in this game is just fantastic. It's beautiful. All the characters are wonderfully designed. Everything about them is beautiful. But a lot of games have been released recently that have to do with shards. And you guys know how I feel about shards. I freaking hate those games, but they're taking over right now. They really are. They're seriously taking over. So many of them. There's actually one in particular that Marvel is Strike Force. Hopefully I said that right. I think that's what it's called. That game has been getting unbelievably popular to the point where I've been seeing ads just crowding everywhere. Everyone's playing it on YouTube too. And no, I'm not gonna play that game. I just can't. Maybe if you guys want me to play it, I can probably play it, but I hate shard games. I really do. There is this one that's actually pretty good, that's been released recently, that I will be reviewing later on. You guys can keep an eye out for that. I might take a look at it next week or something, or maybe after I review Teo, when he's awakened. Maybe I'll take a look at it then. But yeah, it's a pretty good game. But going back on the subject, yeah, shard games are all over the place, and I don't want to see that completely just consume everybody to the point where they just don't play any games like this anymore. Seven Knights is a brilliant game. It's better than Marvel Strike Force. It's better than any of the other shard games that are out right now. This game is fantastic, and I don't want to kill the fun with one freaking hero. Even though Teo is awesome, he's cool looking, I can't wait to show you guys. If you haven't seen the Awakened Teo before, I can't wait to show you guys what he looks like. He looks very, very cool. I can't wait, but I don't want the game to be ruined. I just don't want the fun to be taken out of the arena, because this is probably the funnest aspect of the entire game, is the arena, and I don't want that to be taken away by one hero, as I said before. What do you gals and guys think? Do you think he'll be overpowered and broken, or do you think they'll just nerf him and he'll just be one of those characters you can throw on your team and he'll work if you put him in there, or you don't have to put him in there and your team will still be just fine without him? What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. And you know that I will reply if you say anything that's really, really gripping. I will reply to your comment. That's what I always do. But yeah, I just don't want to see him ruin anything. I really don't. Man. Why Teo? Out of all the characters you guys could have picked, why did it have to be Teo? But alright, let's talk about happy stuff. Let's talk about happy stuff right now. Since Teo is going to be awakened, that tells me that they might go ahead and start awakening the other four lords of old. As I mentioned earlier, yes, Karma has an awakened form, and Yonhi will be awakened, as does Kyle. All of them have their awakened forms. I won't tell you what they look like, I won't tell you what they do, but I will tell you that they will be awakened. I said will way too many times in that sentence. And I can pretty much guarantee you that they will be awesome characters, all of them. And I really can't wait to review them on the global version. I'm already really excited about reviewing Teo here. I am nervous, as you guys know, as I mentioned through most of the video here, that I am still a little nervous about him being overpowered, but hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it'll just be a really fun hero. Now, as for the other four lords of old, this is an odd time to awaken any of them, because they have not yet released all of the Dark Knights yet. And to awaken them at this time would be kind of weird. Let's just hope that they release the other Dark Knights first before they start releasing the other four lords of old awakened. Because I really want to see what those Dark Knights do. I want to see what all of them do. I want to see their powers. I just want to see it. So let's hope that they just focus on the Dark Knights right now, instead of just continuously awakening the four lords of old, because that was kind of the big finish, the grand finale to Seven Knights, because they were supposed to be awakened last, and that's what they were on the Korean version. They were the last of the special heroes to be awakened. So that kind of just means the game is going to the end of the story, and then they're heading into Seven Knights 2 territory, or maybe another season altogether. And where the story is right now on the global version, we're way behind to start awakening all of the four lords of old right now, because from what I can remember, they awakened all the Dark Knights first, and then they started awakening all the four lords of old. And then the story started getting to its big climax and all that kind of great stuff. So yeah, it's definitely not ready for that right now. Absolutely not. They're probably going to start awakening the Dark Knights first, and then we're probably going to see the rest of the Four Lords of Old awaken. So maybe them awakening Teo was kind of just them listening to the fans, because everybody kind of just wanted Teo to be awakened. So maybe that's what this is all about, and we're probably not going to see the rest of the Four Lords of Old awakened right now. But anyways, that is all the time I have left for this video, my fellow gamers. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be taking a look at the Awakened Teo when he is released, so stay tuned for that. But until next time, my fellow gamers, take it easy for me, alright? Bye.